everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I made a cake that's been requested a lot on Instagram, which is a drip cake that I mix with a surprise cake. It's not really the kind of cake that I make the most because it's more like an American style cake, but I tried and I think it looks so cute. I had a lot of fun to make it. I mean, it's not really a light cake. I mean, it's a lot of stuff, especially because I put chocolate on top, but it was super fun and the perfect cake for a birthday cake. So I just made a chocolate cake that is amazing because I already tried it, with Nutella in the middle, which we all know how good it is, and I covered it in buttercream and chocolate ganache, which, I mean, you can imagine how good it is. I just leave you to the video. I had so much fun doing it, and if you like what you see too, put a like and leave a comment underneath. Enjoy the video. Bye! Let's start by making the cake. We have to take 225 grams of soft butter. You don't have to drop the ball like I did. And 225 grams of sugar, and mix everything together with the whisk in the KitchenAid. Once everything is getting smoother and whiter, you have to add 5 eggs, one at a time. While everything is whipping, you have to add a pinch of salt and let the KitchenAid work a little more and add the 5 eggs. In the meantime, I'm showing you that I'm taking 2 6-inch pans and buttered them and put flour on it so that the cake won't stick. And you have to turn your oven to 360 Fahrenheit. Once everything is whipped and mixed, I'm just gonna clean the bottom of the bowl and let it mix 1 more minute. After that, I'm gonna add 110 grams of flour and 50 grams of cocoa powder and 12 grams of baking powder, all mixed together. You have to do it outside the KitchenAid and be very gentle because you don't wanna undo what you did through the whisk. And I'm gonna divide it in the 2 pans that I showed you before. I'm gonna bake them at 360 Fahrenheit for 40 minutes pretty much. If your pans are bigger, it's gonna take longer. What I did here is making the cake the day before and let it rest wrapped for a night in the fridge, because it's always better for the cake to rest, so it's gonna be easier to manage and to decorate. One cake, I'll cut a hole. I used a coffee cup in the middle. The other one, I'm gonna divide it in half. The other cake, I'm gonna divide it in half first, and just one I'm gonna cut the hole in the middle, and the other one I'm gonna keep it whole because it's gonna make the top of the cake. So at the end we'll have 4 pieces, 3 with a hole and 1 not. I'm gonna take my first cake and I'm gonna take some Nutella. I'm gonna wet the cake with a little milk and cover the first cake with Nutella and put the second layer. Again, wet it with a little milk, put more Nutella and do the same with the third, as you see here in the video. You don't have to rush this, take your time. I know it could take time and it can be like frustrating, so there's no rush. Take all the time you need to do this. At the end of the third layer, you have to add M&ms. I choose M&ms, but you can choose whatever chocolates or candies you want. And you put the top layer, the one without the hole, and here's our cake all stacked up. I put a little bit more milk on top, and I'm gonna smooth all the edges from the Nutella, and after that I'll put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. In the meantime, I'm making my buttercream with 150 grams of soft butter, 280 grams of powdered sugar, and mix it in the KitchenAid. I'm adding a little vanilla essence. I didn't have much at home, but usually I would put 2 tablespoons. While it's still whipping, I add 50 grams of milk. It doesn't have to be cold, it doesn't have to be hot. So I usually just take it outside a couple of hours before from the fridge. And here's the buttercream that's ready. I'm taking the cake back from the fridge, and I'm gonna do a first layer of buttercream, very thin, just to smooth all the cake and make sure there are not crumbs laying around. So you have to do like I do here in the video and just make sure that everything is like straight and the cake has the shape that you want it. As always, take your time, don't be in a rush. And again, this layer doesn't have to be very thick. Actually, you have to be able to see the cake through it. Once you're happy with the result, put it back in the fridge for 30 minutes. In the meantime, I'm just deciding what chocolates I'm gonna use to decorate it. I'm gonna divide the rest of the buttercream in 2 parts, and I'm gonna color one with pink coloring. Here I'm showing you that sometimes I make like some mistakes too, because I drop the cake from transferring on the platter that I want to use, but since I kept it in the fridge for an hour, it was pretty hard because of the butter, so the cake is safe. I put the 2 buttercream colors in pastry bags, and here I'm doing this little decoration with stripes. So I'm doing 1 stripe for each color, and then I'm gonna smooth it like you see here in the video. So here you see it very fast, but it could take like 20 minutes to do this nicely. Once everything is smooth like you want it, again, you put it in the fridge for 15-20 minutes. And here I'm taking the chocolate ganache that I love, that I showed you in so many videos. I'll leave you the recipe here in the box below. And after melting it and putting it in a sake posh, I'm using it to make this drip effect on the cake. You have to cut a very small hole in the pastry bag to do that, and covering it with the chocolate ganache. And here's the cake. This is pretty much done. I'm just decorating from now on. Obviously I choose chocolate, but you can do whatever you want. You can do candies or fruit. Here is the part where you have the most fun. I really like this cake because it was so fun to make. Here I'm showing you how it's a slice and how you see all the M&ms inside. I hope you like to see this video too, and that it's gonna be helpful for you. If you have any question, just leave a comment down below, and please put a like. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye!